Oi oi, here's the new Packout setup that I've been running for a little bit now while working on the house renovation. I've made a couple of new mods which I wanted to take you through, and we'll just go through the whole setup and have a quick look at how I've done it. So we start at the bottom, we're just running the normal dolly, nothing fancy there. Does allow me to move it around. Even with the amount of weight that's on it, it holds up really well. Obviously you've got to watch out for anything in the way, but it's still very mobile. Go through the first drawer. We're not looking pretty here, guys. We're literally just putting stuff in here to be half organized. I'm not one of those people that does the foam inserts because I just think it takes up too much room. It's definitely great for organization and it'd be perfect for certain situations, but for my scenarios, I like to just have everything in here. If I did fill them with foam, I would have another 10 Packouts. So this is just sort of basic hand tools, bits and pieces, knives, the Marks Mate. What else we got? Bits and pieces, that should actually go up in another drawer. My shears. We've got this one. I only got this the other day, delivered from the US, and if you haven't seen it, it's the Sharp Pog. Not sponsored or anything, literally just really wanted to give it a go. I think it cost me just under $100, which really wasn't too bad. And we're gonna see how this goes in the future. And the idea is you put it on your drill and it actually doesn't fit. I thought that would fit. It recuts and resharpens your multi-tool blades. And I buy a lot of Amazon blades, which are really cheap. So I'm hoping that it'll prolong the life of those. But what else have we got? Chalk line. We've got our staples for our M12 stapler. That's about it for in there. Next drawer up, we've got our hole saws. So that's your big, they call it the Big Daddy. I think got this one from Sydney Tools. It's pretty much got every hole saw you could want, almost. Got a test book for my electrical testing. We've got more hole saws. We've got our auger bits, the Diablo. Absolutely love that kit. Then we've got a few other bits. We've got the Alpha step drill bit, and then the Pro Mac augers. So that's for hardwood. And this one's like a clean cut. So that's my hole saw drawer. This one, not much in it. It's actually all DeWalt, which is fascinating. I didn't realize that. Just got a small sledgy, pry bar, and some clamps. I actually rate the DeWalt clamps. They're fine, nice and cheap. Nothing serious. Next drawer, just nails, framing nails, brad nailers, pin nails, finishing nails, connector nails, and I just leave them in the box. They fit in there nicely. There is a lot of weight in there though, so it's lasted, but you can feel it pushing against it. So next one, just bits and pieces really. We've got a lot of consumables. We've got our grinding discs, a few different ones, alpha bits, our reciprocating saw bits, solder, tape. That's just sort of like a throw-in consumable box. Next one is the drawer with my drills and my multi-tool. If you didn't know, recently got this one, the M12. I needed an upgrade. My old one died after 7 years, and I have to say that this thing is an absolute beast. The old one wasn't brushless, so it was not fuel, and obviously this one is fuel, so this is brushless, and it just carves it up. Absolutely love it. I think it was about 200 bucks. It does have the quicker release, so you pull that out, and then you can undo that, slip it in. You still got to tighten that and then push that down, but it's been pretty good. I didn't want to pay the extra for the M18. The size difference is almost exactly the same. I think the M18 just came with a few different extra features. It's got the auto function. I don't think I would use it, but a lot of people have said that they absolutely love the auto function. I do think it vibrated a tiny bit less and it had a bit more of an angle and a bigger light. So that was about it. But yeah, that fits in nicely in the drawers and still got this one. This one's like 7 or 8 years old, still going strong. And we're obviously trialing the Hilti Impact, which is still going strong. Absolutely love it. Definitely love the light on it, but I haven't been able to compare it to any of the newer Milwaukee or Makita or even DeWalt drills. I haven't been able to get my hands on those, so I can't really give a comparison, but at the moment, the Hilti is pretty good. Next drawer is all my bits basically. So this one's just all random drill bits from over the years. I do need to get a proper new drill bit case. This one is literally just all thrown in there. I know a lot of people are going to complain about that, but that's just all my old bits. So I do need to get a new kit. Hit me up with what kits you guys are recommending. May look at another X-Torque kit, maybe Sutton. I don't know, might even try something different. So let me know what you guys are using. So got some security bits there, nice little kit. Step drill bits, I love the Milwaukee. I think they are still some of the best ones out there, especially these ones because they are impact rated. They are actually made for your impact driver. Then all my Weira kits I've been collecting over the last year. So this is the Tool Check Plus. Just have that around. It looks like I'm missing one. I might have to track that down. But yeah, it's a nice little kit. Got a little ratcheting tool there, your screwdriver, sockets, self-explanatory. We've got a little stubby. Haven't used that too much, but it's definitely there and it'll probably be used when we get to fit off. So you got all the little bits in there, but not a bad little kit. So we've got the jokers. I don't know if I've shown much of the jokers, but that's the kit there. It's the 4-piece kit. And these do 3 different sizes, as you can see. So from 16 to 19 mil, that's 5/8 to 3/4, so on and so forth. Look how cool that one is. I don't think I've got to use that one yet, but this I've used an absolute heap, both at work and around the house. Still don't know if it's really worth the high-end money. I think they're usually about $400 here, but I got them for about $260, so it's a little bit cheaper. It might have even been a little bit cheaper, I can't remember now, but it's hard to justify, but they are handy when you've got them, because obviously if you know the rough size, you can just use that and at least you're going to be close. And I should say they work like a ratcheting spanner sort of thing. Then the last one in here is the Cyclop. Same sort of kit, just a little bit different. That's ratcheting. Just a little bit larger than the Tool Check, really. I've just been trialing all these to see if they're actually worth it and basically show people how they work. The top drawer is the PPE drawer. We've got leather gloves, we've got demo gloves, we've just got normal sort of gloves, ear protection, eye protection. I've got the goggles, I've been using them a lot, and obviously respirators. So I've been smashing the M18 radio, really have been loving it, and it does pump out some sound. I've had a few other people come around that have the Makita radios and they do say that this pumps out a lot more. So it still doesn't have DAB radio. That's one of the biggest downfalls that I've found. I don't actually listen to the radio, but if that's what you're after, then you might have to go elsewhere. I pretty much just use the Bluetooth off my phone. Then we've got up the top all my fixings. These are just all over the place, but all fairly organized. So you can see all screws, different sizes in there, a few bits and pieces. We've got a few drill bits in there, step bits, Sharpies in there. They'll last about a day. So I actually leave all these unhooked. I don't actually hook them up unless I'm actually picking them up and moving them, but they pretty much sit there. So I can just move around to whichever ones. I can even take out the bins. So we've got drill bits in here, we've got masonry bits, other bits and pieces. There's all my jigsaw blades, bigger masonry bits, chisel bits. There are my multi-tool bits in the back. I've got both the Amazon and also Diablo. I've been trialing them out, and realistically, I actually really like the Amazon bits for how much they cost, because we all know we don't like spending 20 to 30 bucks on every single multi-tool bit. And if you come over here, I've actually got a brand new box of Amazon bits. I'll leave a link for those because a lot of people ask me about them, which ones I'm getting, and I'll leave that and put it in the description of the video. But I think I'll probably do a whole nother video on the comparison with those and sort of run through the problems with them, because they're not the greatest, but just for the price, I just can't fault them. So back to fixings and bits and pieces. So this one, as you can see, general fixings, nothing too fancy. You've got the middle drawers in there, and then the top ones, same exact thing. All right, so now the modifications, which I literally did last night, and at the moment I'm absolutely loving them. If you've been following for long enough, you would have seen my Packible Joey modification that I did I reckon it must be 2 years ago, to the Packout roller, which isn't here, it's actually in the shed. Don't mind the mess, but that's the Joey, one of the original ones from ages ago. And when I got one of those over, I also brought a few others for a few other people. And since then, I've been getting so many messages for people that are chasing it in Australia. So I have talked to Packible, and we now stock them at addictedtotools.com. So I've got an online store and I bring them over in bulk, and that way we're not paying $100 per item, which was pretty much how much we were looking to get them over here. So with the Packible Joeys, we also now have the Joey Juniors. So let's have a look at this and then I'll show you how it's sitting, because it's actually not meant to be like this, but that's what I'm using it for right at this moment. So we've got the M12 cable stapler that sits in there really nicely. As you can see, that's the Packible Joey. Got the M12 corking gun. I've just started using that and so far I absolutely love it. It is a little bit of money, but I think well worth it. And then I've just got my 2 pouches, which that's usually sitting in there. And that's just got all my basic hand tools, normally Sparky tools, but I've also got all my bits and bit holders, all that sort of stuff there. Pull that off and there's the Joey Junior. So if you do go to Packible Tools or Packibletool.com, I'll leave a link, and you can see pretty much all the different ways you can set up all his gear, because these ram mounts are just fantastic. They come in all different sizes. As you can see, I've got one there which has a double, but this is a single. The Joey Junior attached to it, and then whatever Packout gear just sits in there just like that. Nice and easy. That way you've got extra room. You can keep packing it out. You can put little foldable tables and all sorts of stuff on this gear. At the moment, I'm just hooking a few bits and pieces onto it. 1, 2, 3. Around here we've got the, that's the little stapler. I've been smashing that lately. But we've got the laser lizard, I think it's called. So it attaches down there with the double ram. Another one up here, and that way you can throw your level in there. Fantastic. And then this side, we've got the black. You've got the black ones there. They look fantastic. I do love the finish of his gear. That is the monkey bars. So the other ones aren't magnetic, but these ones are. So if you've got lights or any other tools or bits and pieces that are magnetic, they will stick on this. So I just got this just to show you. That's the gator holder, and that sticks on there really nice. But yeah, at the moment I'm just hooking bits and pieces on. I've got the M18 framing gun and also the reciprocating saw. Fits on there nicely. And then we've got a tongue which sits in there just like that. That's the main setup there. Then I've just got the other trolley, which brings in some of the more bulky gear. We've got the reciprocating saw on the back. All my batteries, I was gonna put that in here. All my batteries sit in there, all the Makita XGT. Loving that gear, but all the other M18, M12 fit in there nicely. So you do have to take this off, which is what we're all waiting for, Milwaukee. We need that bottom large drawer, the 1 drawer, not the 3, not the 2, but we need the Packout roller with 1 drawer, not an opening box like this. But anyway, they're just a couple of the other tools. We've got the planer, the grinder, and also the hammer drill. Let me know what you think. This obviously isn't everything. I've got a lot of other tools in the shed, but these are the main things that I'm using on the day-to-day, which is why I've got it packed up like this. But hit me up with any questions or any other ways I can make this better. And also, if you are chasing any of the gear from Packible and you're in Australia, it's now at addictedtotools.com. And if you want to see any of the other Packout setups that I've had in the past, I'll leave a link right here for the playlist. See ya.